about leadership, I bet the first image that pops into your head is, well, someone out front, right?
Yeah, the dominant figure, the number one, setting the pace. That's the classic view.
Exactly. We often equate leading with being at the very top. But what if striving for that first spot actually kind of hides a deeper, maybe more effective way to lead?
Interesting twist.
Yeah. So today we're doing a deep dive into an idea that really flips that script. It's called the virtue of second, humble leadership.
Ah, I like the sound of that. Humble leadership.
We're drawing from the book of the same name, exploring this really unique take on what impactful leadership looks like.
Right.
Our mission here is to unpack one specific rule from the book, one that seriously challenges conventional thinking. We want to pull out the key insights to help you, our listener, really get a handle on this approach.
Sounds good. So what's this rule?
Right. So the source lays out leadership rule, hashtag 102, and honestly, it's a phrase that makes you stop and go, huh.
Okay, lay it on us.
It says, be the first to be second instead of being the second to be first.
Okay, be the first to be second. I can see why that would make you pause.
Right. My first thought was, wait, what does that even mean? Because, let's be honest, second isn't usually the goal, especially not in leadership.
No, we're usually conditioned to aim for first. So what's the thinking here? Well, what's really fascinating is how this seemingly paradoxical idea gets right to the heart of a totally different leadership philosophy.
Okay.
Being the first to be second, it's not about, lacking initiative or being passive. Not at all.
So it's not just letting things happen.
No, quite the opposite. It's an active choice, a deliberate one. It means you consciously decide to put the needs, the interests of others, your team, your community, whatever the group is ahead of your own, maybe desire for the spotlight or power or just being seen as the leader.
So it's about actively choosing to support.
Exactly. It's a willingness to step into that supportive, enabling role rather than feeling like you always have to be the one visibly out front. It's humility, yes, but it's also quite strategic, actually.
That's a really key distinction. It's not being slow to lead, but being quick to empower.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's explore the flip side then.
Mm-hmm.
If being the first to be second is about this kind of proactive support, what does the source mean by the second part, being the second to be first? That really seems to highlight the different motivations, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. If the first part is about, let's say, active selflessness, then being the second to be first, well, that paints a very different scenario.
How so?
It suggests more of a competitive, individualistic kind of drive, where the main goal is really to get ahead of others.
Like waiting for your chance to jump ahead?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Maybe waiting in the wings, watching, and then making your move when someone else stumbles, or just finding a way to outperform them to grab that top spot. It's focused on getting to number one, often for personal gain or status, maybe even by capitalizing on others' setbacks, rather than focusing on lifting everyone up together. The difference is subtle, but it's huge in terms of impact.
Yeah, one's about building the whole team, the other's about climbing over them, potentially.
You could put it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
One builds collective strength, the other prioritizes individual ascent.
That distinction really clears things up. So if the leader really takes this first to be second idea to heart, what happens? What are the actual benefits? How does this, less obviously dominant style actually strengthen things?
Oh, the benefits are pretty significant, and often they're the kind that get overlooked in more traditional models.
Like what?
Well, when you intentionally put others first, when you're first to be second, you're not just creating good feelings, you're actively generating real opportunities for other people. Opportunities to grow, to learn through action, to achieve their own successes.
So you're developing your team just by stepping back sometimes.
Precisely. And that doesn't just boost morale, though it does do that. It fundamentally fosters a much more collaborative climate. People feel safer to contribute, to take smart risks.
Because the leader isn't trying to grab all the credit or control everything.
Exactly. When people see their leader willing to share the spotlight, willing to offer support instead of just orders, it builds incredible trust. It signals that everyone's input matters.
Right.
And, there's research backing this up. Teams with these kinds of supportive leaders often show higher motivation, better problem solving,
Right.
because different voices are actually heard and used.
That makes sense.
So for you, the listener, whether you're leading a work project, a volunteer team, even just within your family, thinking this way can really transform the group's dynamic and resilience.
That's a really powerful shift. Leading by, well, enabling others to lead in their own way, But okay, how do we actually do that? It sounds good, but making it happen day to day, that feels like the tricky part.
It can be. But the source material helps there too. It offers 3 sort of practical keys to unlock this rule.
Okay, keys. I like that. What's the first one?
The first key is simple on the surface, but really vital, especially now. Prioritize listening to others rather than always trying to dominate the conversation.
Prioritize listening. Okay. Sounds basic, but probably harder than it looks.
It really is. And it's not just about, not talking. It's about really listening. Listening to understand with empathy, trying to grasp where someone's coming from, not just waiting for a gap so you can jump in or thinking about your response while they're still talking.
We've all been there, right? In meetings where you can almost see someone just loading their next point instead of hearing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you genuinely actively listen, you don't just get insights you might have missed, maybe uncovering solutions or spotting risks.
Right.
You build that deep trust and respect. People feel heard, valued. That's the foundation.
Okay, so deep, active listening is key one. That really resonates. Building on that, then, what's the second key for applying Rule #102?
The second key flows naturally from the first. Be willing to support and amplify others' ideas, even if they're not your own.
Support and amplify. Tell me more about the amplify part.
Yeah, amplifying is crucial. It means not just saying good idea, but actively giving it oxygen. Giving credit where it's due, openly. Helping that idea grow, connecting it to resources, making sure it gets heard by the right people, regardless of who originally thought of it.
So championing ideas that aren't yours.
Exactly. When a leader does that consistently, it sends a huge message. Good ideas are welcome from anywhere, not just the top. It's not just about being nice, it's strategic. It boosts psychological safety, encourages innovation, and makes people feel like they have real ownership.
I love that. It creates a space where everyone feels empowered to bring their best stuff forward. Okay, so we have listening and amplifying. What's the third and final key?
The third key ties it all together. Embody servant leadership by putting the needs of your team, organization, or community ahead of your own interests.
Servant leadership. Okay, that's a term we hear a lot, but sometimes it feels a bit abstract. Like, what does that actually look like on the ground? Day-to-day actions.
That's a fair question. It can sound lofty. But in practice, servant leadership means you lead by serving.
Okay.
It's about actively looking for ways to help others succeed. That might mean identifying obstacles that are slowing your team down and then working to remove them.
Like clearing roadblocks.
Exactly. Or making sure they have the resources they need. It could be mentoring someone, helping them build a skill. It might mean shielding your team from unnecessary bureaucracy so they can focus.
Taking the hit sometimes so they don't have to.
Yes. It's advocating for the group's needs, even if it doesn't directly boost your own profile. It's genuinely caring about the well-being and the growth of the people you're leading. It's being willing to, get your hands dirty to help everyone else thrive.
It's fascinating how those three things, listening deeply, amplifying others, and serving their needs, really combine to paint a different picture of a leader. Not the hero on a white horse, but more like a facilitator, an enabler, someone building capacity in everyone else.
Absolutely. And if you're leading out, connect this to the bigger picture. These aren't just nice to have interpersonal skills.
Right.
These principles are what build genuinely stronger, more resilient teams and organizations. Think about it. When people feel heard, supported, prioritized, what happens?
They're probably more engaged, more committed.
Exactly. More engaged, more loyal. They're also more willing to take those calculated risks that lead to innovation because they trust the environment.
And ideas can come from anywhere.
Precisely. It fosters agility. Problems get solved faster.
Yeah.
So ultimately, this approach leads to more sustainable success. It's built on trust and shared purpose, not just one person's ambition, which frankly can be pretty fragile.
And it's crucial to stress this isn't just for CEOs or top executives, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
These ideas, this virtue of second, they're incredibly relevant for anyone in any kind of leadership role, formal or informal.
Totally.
Leading a project team, organizing a community event, navigating family stuff, influencing friends. This applies everywhere.
It really does.
The shift is moving from, how do I look like the leader here, to what does this group need from me to succeed? That feels like the real aha moment. It's not just about leading better, it's about personal growth, building stronger connections.
Well said.
So recapping briefly, we've explored this really intriguing, counterintuitive idea, the virtue of second. Understanding that choosing to be the first to be second is actually a powerful, humble, and strategic way to lead.
And we unpack those three keys.
Mhm.
Prioritizing deep listening,
Right.
actively supporting and amplifying the ideas of others,
Mm.
and really embodying that servant leadership mindset, putting the group's needs first.
It definitely challenges us to rethink what real strength and effectiveness in leadership actually mean.
It does. It's a powerful reminder that maybe the greatest impact isn't always from the front, but from enabling everyone else to bring their best.
So here's something to think about as you go about your day. We want to leave you with this. Reflect on a situation you're in right now, a challenge maybe at work, home, wherever, and just consider what might happen if you consciously applied just one of these keys. Maybe just try being the first to be second in one small interaction.
Like deliberately letting someone else's idea shine, or stepping back so another person can take the lead on something small.
Exactly. Just observe what happens. Notice the impact of that quiet but potentially profound shift.
It could be quite revealing.
We certainly hope this deep dive gave you some valuable food for thought, maybe some practical tools you can use.
Hope it was helpful.
Until next time, keep digging deeper.